Hey guys, it's Taylor.
I am obsessed with the fact that not even Taylor the Swift is immune to the inevitable millennial obligatory pause.
This is not really something we've ever seen before. Millennials were the first generation to ever grow up on the internet.
For me, the most interesting part of this conversation is the part about millennials aging online.
What is the Millennial Pause? I actually demonstrated it just a second ago. What is the Millennial Pause? That was it. The Millennial Pause is a term currently being used to describe the pause between when you begin recording a video and when you begin speaking, or basically acting as if it is recording. Usually a person will pause like this just to make sure the video is recording. I do want to mention that if you've ever worked in video/film, it is normal to leave space on either side of the video. It's called a handle.
Do it and your editor will love you.
But in this case, we're talking about when someone is, say, going on Instagram Live or something and they pause before they start talking. The term was coined in 2021 by a 28-year-old YouTuber and TikToker named Pisa. It has become more popular in the past month or so, though. Pisa is actually a millennial herself. It does seem like maybe there's something with the younger generation that makes them feel more confident that they're recording properly. Maybe it's because members of Generation Z and Generation Alpha were more likely to have grown up with things like iPads, digital cameras, smartphones, etc. as kids. They're probably also used to having more of their life recorded. Some of them consider the millennial pause cringe. An article in The Atlantic says, the first generation to grow up with social media and the mobile web era, millennials are now becoming the first generation to subsequently age out of it, stuck parodying the hallmarks of a bygone digital era. She says, unfortunately for me, today's most culturally influential social platforms are not geared around millennials anymore, and the pause is far from the only giveaway. Millennials and their mannerisms define the online ecosystem that has ruled for a decade plus, treating sites such as MySpace, Tumblr, Facebook, and Twitter as a jungle of gyms in their internet playground. The author Kate Lindsay talks about how Gen Z is making fun of millennial internetisms, such as taking selfies from above or saying can't even.
There were a lot of things that were discussed, like she talks about certain tics, like this is a very millennial thing. Talking about Harry Potter, saying doggo.
Those are all millennial internet-isms, and if you use them, you've just immediately outed yourself as a millennial online.
She says they exist because they were at one time the mainstream way of talking online. In 2014, someone tweeting that Parks and Recreation's Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt gave them all the feels would have been acceptable. But now Gen Z just uses it as fodder for some secondhand embarrassment, the same way the millennials grown when their boomer parents tried to navigate an Apple TV. At first, when I heard the term millennial pause, I thought maybe it had something to do with menopause. Even though that's not the case, some of the discussions around it feel a little bit like it. Maybe this isn't how they pictured things going, but they're also happy to parody themselves at times. I mean, a millennial is the one who came up with the term.
Every day, bro.
This next stage of the digital life is strange, but that's okay. Another topic I've seen come up in discussions around this term is the idea of more millennials leaving social media, or at least taking pauses from it. In the past several years, it's become pretty common to see millennials declare that they are leaving a platform like Facebook, Twitter, etc. temporarily or permanently. Sometimes they return a week later, sometimes never. They're not the only ones, but it's noteworthy because they're the first generation who could have had social media in their teen or early adult years. It's possible that what's going on is just a shift from certain platforms to others, but it's interesting regardless. Have you heard of the millennial pause? Do you do it? What have you been up to with social media lately? Comment below. Not the most important topic, but I saw it and I thought I would share in case you were curious. Give a thumbs up if you do the millennial pause or not, and subscribe if you want to see more content on the generations, and I will see you next time.
How about that?